What's up, everyone? This is Jess, and this spoken word piece is dedicated to my ladies, the perfect man. As I sat in the middle of my room looking through the old boxes of the what could have been, what should have been, what was taken from me, or so I thought, when actually she did me a favor stealing the thief who broke into my heart. Thoughts of why I wasn't enough, why it had to be so tough for me to leave, why he or him or I didn't appreciate all of me. Photos of all the kind of sorters I chose to entertain my time, my precious lifeline, some of which were mere mistakes caused by too many glasses of wine. Love letters I had written sharing my innermost being when it was only a matter of time before they started leaving. Reflecting on the many poems I had written started to ignite the fact that I needed to rewire, to be reprogrammed in my way of thinking, the focus, the ring. Taking matters into my own hands to make the perfect man was the plan. Well, I was going to make him the one. Even if he wasn't, I was going to mold him into one. Tired of being alone, not in holy matrimony, even if he was a phony, he was going to be my tenderoni. Engaging my emotions as the floods of the past engulfed my decisions, I wrote down what kind of qualities he'd have. All along, not allowing his plan to be the leader of what it was, what it is, the ones whose plans were for me to prosper, I questioned. Even though he stated that he would grant me my heart's desires, it was destined. After all, my life is but a vapor, but I had my plan of the perfect man written on paper. Memories went through my mind, designing how he would be. Now, if I could just create the one, I wouldn't negate the things that he was asking of me. Build a man. That sounded like the perfect plan. He would have the generosity of X-Men 1, with the personality of X-Men 2, the physicality of X-Men 3. Ooh, let's not forget the flavor that X-Men 4 carried and the ability to dress that X-Men 5 had. What am I missing here? Oh yes, let's make him as tall as X-Men 6, along with the desire for seeking him higher that X-Men 1 possessed. Now, while we're into recycling here, let's add the gentleman qualities of X-Men 3, because the fact that he opened up every single door made me want him that much more. And how could I forget the chemistry that X-Men 4 had? We could talk for hours on the phone and never get bored. The humility of X-Men 2 melted my heart and motivated me to better abilities. After all, he was a man after God's heart. I was the bartender. My specialty drink, the perfect man to be. I added a little bit of sweet and sour with some triple sex. No, that's not the focus here. Or is it? Was I only after fleshly desires? Was I the cause of the many mistakes that had transpired? Taking measurements of 1 potato, 2 potato, preferably 3. But would that even matter if he couldn't love me eternally? Okay, enough thinking here. Back to mixing up the perfect man. I would add 1 ounce of rum with 1 ounce of pineapple to make him sweet. Add some dark rum to give us some edge because, he can put me to bed. Get some fresh mint to make him fresh, along with some ginger, because he needs to be good for the soul. Take my mind on tour. Then top me off with some champagne. You see, recycling X-Men became my obsession to create perfection. I needed a blender to make my smoothie of a man, because waiting for his higher plan just wasn't in my ingredients. I became Goldilocks. This pour just too hot. This pour just too cold. This bed is too soft. This bed is too hard. Looking for what was just right. If only he had the intelligence of, what's his name? With the confidence of, look, I don't even want to say his name, along with the way that he stared into my eyes of the he's too young for me. Or was he? Add that with the career set in place of, he hurt me way too much. Then I could be happy. My focus was in the desire to create perfection when we are already made in his image, fearfully and wonderfully made into total perfection. Distracted by the tactics of my imagination, getting lost in the creation of a plan that I had absolutely no control in. So I took a moment and looked at my perfect plan for the perfect man, and I asked myself, does he even exist within me? Am I A, B, C, D, E, F, and G? I couldn't even check off all the boxes that I created on my own application, remembering that he will supply all of my needs according to his supplication. I place my desires upon his throne. Lord, if you want me to be alone, I will. If I shall practice patience while you create my soulmate, I will. After all, who am I to know what is best for me when you knew me when I was in my mother's womb? I have thoughts and prayers that only you knew. He knows me from my start. My next moment, my next day, my future is embedded in his heart. So no more recycling X-Men, creating puzzles that weren't designed for me to piece together. The control is yours, Lord. After all, you are the meaning of true perfection. The perfect man, I'm going to leave it in your hands.